Retail Broadcast Channel with Peter Neyens.
Hello, my name is Peter Neyes and this is the Retail Broadcast Channel. What is the connection between nature and the retail fashion market? Today I'm going to talk to Shanya Suppasiritad, the founder of Renters. Step by step, she is making the retail fashion world more sustainable. Hello, Shanya. Thank you for being our guest and share your knowledge.
Hi, Peter. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a real pleasure. Shanya and I will be talking about sustainability in the retail fashion market and the rise of clothing rental. Shanya, just to get our listeners to know you a bit better, how did your retail journey start?
Oh, it starts since a very young age. Clothing became my second skin. It's allowed me to be whoever I need to be and has given me the freedom to express myself. So I felt like fashion and clothing play a very important role in my childhood. And I became a stylist in 2013. And I discovered, that I love helping people rediscover who they are and build their confidence through fashion. So my role, since then, I was sitting in between brands and consumer. So that's kind of like how the journey gets started.
Wow. And how did you come up with the idea to create a software to let consumers rent clothes?
Well, I guess as a stylist, I saw the disconnect between consumer constantly feeling like they have nothing to wear and fashion brands overproducing while losing profit. So I started thinking, how do we have nothing to wear when we are currently producing over 1 billion items a year? So I believe that it is actually about accessibility.
Indeed.
And I think that to change the landscape of the fashion industry on a larger scales, fashion brands need to come to play. And I figure that the reason why brands have to produce so much is because it's the only way that they can make money. I then started thinking about how can I help brands make more money with less while being able to engage deeper with their community. And that's kind of how we started the thinking about what software I can actually help them do that.
Wow. And with the rise of fashion rental, companies have emerged. What makes renters special and how is it different from the rest then?
I guess the way we think is that it's like it's coming from the perspective of unlike any other fashion rental companies, Renter is here to change the narrative by empowering fashion brands to take back that ownership and control their design and their branding and control how it's being used to commercialize. And that's why we've designed a product to integrate onto the brand website so they can operate under their own branding while we do all the heavy lifting of the logistic behind the scene for them.
And apart from the obvious environmental benefits, what else is the brand pursuing?
Apart from the obvious environmental benefits, we are helping brands earn more with less.
Yeah.
And by working their stock harder, it's the stock that they already produce. We're just making it work harder, and we maximize the return on the investment for each season. And brand can connect with a wider range of the audience that may not be ready to commit to fully purchase the items as yet.
Yeah. And have you perceived in the recent years a turn in the industry towards sustainability, or do you think it's a facade that still has a lot to cover?
I mean, every fashion brand cannot shy away from being transparent about their sustainability and ethical journey anymore. Um, and you probably that's probably also why you'll see a lot of greenwashing messages out there as well.
Mhm.
I think we still have a long way to go to clean up the whole industry. The registration will play a very important role. However, if we can't encourage brands to find a way to earn more with less, I think we are always going to have the same problem of overproducing and then lead to, more waste.
Absolutely. Now, maybe a little bit about your brand. Tell us a little bit more. Is it only present in Australia? And do you need like special maintenance? And is it expensive to rent fashion? Maybe a little bit of everything in one question.
Yeah, yeah. So our service currently only available in Australia,
Okay.
but once we have a strong foothold in the AU market, we definitely will be taking our brand's partners global. Um, and a lot on the logistic part is that we partner with one of the best and biggest dry cleaner in Australia to deliver the highest level of care for the garments with the fastest turnaround to optimize our operation. Rental model is about allowing access. So that's why we position our price point to make sure that the majority of our consumers can actually access the items. The rental price is sitting starting from 20% of the RRP, and it can go up to 30%
Okay.
depending on the rental duration.
Yeah. Okay. And can you maybe share some feedback from your clients, because nature and sustainability are hot topics, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, it's definitely very hot at the moment. So our brand partners are committing to do better, and they are trying to ensure a better future for the fashion industry. They're definitely fighting it hard to keep up with the fast fashion trends, and also can't really compete at the same price point because clothing is not supposed to be that cheap. They're loving that Renter can facilitate an alternative way for them to engage deeper with that community and allow them to, compete almost on the same level without compromising their ethos.
Yeah. And with COVID and the general uncertainty of what's going on in the world now, how are you able to plan the future of your business?
I think the world is changing.
Yeah.
Consumer behavior is definitely changing. Everyone is rethinking their way of doing things. Sustainability has never been more important topics, and like to ensure the future for the next generation. What we're trying to do here at Renter is simply building an infrastructure for the emerging business model that will thrive, that will like grow and thrive by using less resources.
Yeah. 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 Maybe the last question, where I normally always finish. What is the most revolutionary thing you did lately?
As in like, well, I mean, for example, for Renter, I think one of the things that I'm really really impressed with what we've done is in the past 4 months, we have helped some of our brands partner rented out their item like over 15 times and essentially earning over 150% of RRP on each item.
Wow.
And yeah, instead of connecting with just one purchasing customer, we connect them with like 15 different customer. And some of the items actually have sold out since December, and we're still renting them out and making like over 200% of the RRP on that item as well. I think that's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Well, thank you so much, Shanya, for sharing all your knowledge and experience. I hope you enjoyed it as well.
I did. Thanks so much for having me.
You're very welcome. So, thank you for listening to our retail broadcast channel. If you like this episode, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Let us know what challenges you are facing, and we will talk about it in our next podcast. If you'd like to know more about retail, visit our website www.analyticalalways.com. You can also find us on your favorite social media channels: YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, or LinkedIn.
You're listening to Retail Broadcast Channel.